Okay, good afternoon class. So we're busy with functions. You had some homework as per usual. Right. So you had to do exercise 7. And this was on page 118. 108. 11. Okay. Right, what's the first problem? So there's no problems with 1a. What's the answer to 1a? Y equals negative x squared, negative 2x squared, minus 4x, plus 16. What's the B's answer? Y is equal to x squared plus 4x minus 5. The next one? Y equals 5 over 3x squared plus 10 over 3x. That's it? The next one? 2x squared plus 4x minus 3. Alright. Let's carry on with our lives. Mind action series, exercise 7, page 118. Okay. Each answer, y is equal to negative 4x squared minus 8x plus 2. Next one, y is equal to 18x squared 72x plus 70. Next one. Y equals negative x squared. Next one. This is the problem, no? Now to calculate x, you see that x is on the turning point. Can you all see that? The turning point occurs midway between, where your axis of symmetry, occurs midway between the two x-intercepts. So if you add negative 7 and negative 1 and 7, I get 6 divided by 2 is 3. So this value here is 3, x equal to 3, so x is 3. You see that? So now I got the turning point and I got 2 x-intercepts. So I can use either or. No? I'm going to go with the x-intercepts. 1. So we have a into x minus 1, x minus 7. Now we'll substitute the turning point, which is 3 and 16. So 16 is equal to a into 3 plus 1, 3 minus 7. So it's 4. 4 times negative 4 is negative 16. A. So a is negative 1. So y is equal to negative 1 into x plus 1, x minus 7. Which now gives us y is equal to negative x squared minus plus 6x minus 7 plus 7. How? Why are you sitting so with your mouth open? You okay? Alright? But you guys understand? So easy. Who got that one out? Only you. Only something wrong with you. Everybody else is fine. Okay. Well done. I'm joking. I'm only joking. Oh, you also got it.
No, so I didn't get it.
Okay, so no, we all didn't get it. So we fine. There's something wrong with that. Yes. What are you confused about? The 3. That I got yesterday already. Okay, listen. The 3 is the x value of the turning point. It's the axis of symmetry value. So if you look here, that is negative 1 and 7. Can you see that? Now, the axis of symmetry is a line that's going to go midway between those points. You see that? So that distance and that distance is the same. So together it makes a distance of 6. No, 8, sorry. 8 divided by 4, 2 is 4. 7 minus 4 is 3. Yeah. Well, you got it now. Nice. One day we're going to all be like you. No? Just not today. You guys got it, no? Right. Volgende. Next. 2R. What's the answer here? Any issues with A and B? No. What's your answer here? Y equals 3 over X plus 2. The next one. Y is equal to 2 over X minus 1 plus 1. Any problems with C and D? C and D? Theta, talk. 4B.
Yeah.
This one here for the denominator? Yeah, then it's wrong. Because in your denominator, if it was x plus 1, then that means to say that the asymptote would have been at x minus 1. Because the asymptote is at x plus 1, under the what's the name? The coefficient, or the constant, you must have x minus 1. Okay? Right, C. Any issues here? C and D? No? What's your answer to C? Y equals? Negative 1 over x minus 1 minus 2. The next one? Y equals?
3 to the power of x minus 1 plus 2.
You all agree with that? No problems here, no? Let's carry on with our lives. Don't know what's the latest on this ones? E and F. Any problems with E? What's your answer to E? Y equals? Sorry? Bracket, yeah? Quarter.
To the power of x plus 1.
That's right. Okay? This could also be written as y is equal to 2 to the negative 2x minus 2 minus 4. That's equivalent answers, okay? Next.
2 to the power of x plus 1
Y is equal to 2 to the power of x plus 1
plus 2.
plus 2. Okay? Next. That's it. Then we went on to interpretation of graphs. Not so? You got here somewhere.
Yeah, we're going to do that.
Yeah, you are a member. So now we're looking at example 2 on page 171. We started off with this interpretation of graphs yesterday. Whoa! Computer. Yeah. We know the mathematics we say. Okay. Right, so at this point we got the equation of f of x and we needed to calculate the equation of g of x. So for g of x we went into g of x is a straight line in the form of y is equal to mx plus c. So do we have 2 points on g of x? Yes. We have b, coordinates of b, which is 4 and 0, and the y-intercept. Can you see that? The y-intercept being the 0 and, so you got 4 minus 0 over 0 minus 4, which is negative 1. This is your c value, not so? So your c is equal to 4. So your equation is y is equal to negative x plus. This is the equation of g of x. Take down what you need. I'm going to erase this now from the board here, so that we can keep the diagram in focus, okay? Your f of x was negative x squared plus 2x plus 8. The g of x is equal to minus x plus 4. Okay. So let's see what's the next question. Determine the the coordinates of A, the point of intersection. People, how do we calculate A? As you now see. Set the equations equal to each other. The points of intersection, the two graphs are equal to each other. So, f of x is equal to g of x. What is f of x equation? Negative x squared plus 2x plus 8 equals g of x. Negative x plus right. So solve for x. 0 is equal to x squared minus 3x minus 4. That's all. Right, solve for x with me. Oh, you said B. I thought she's an intruder. Well, I'm going to tell you welcome and all of those things. Yeah. I tell you what I expected, the homework you must be doing. You know. If you don't do the homework, it's on your own. You know the maths classes is not so full yet.
There's 2 classes now, so what? There's 2 classes now.
Doesn't it? Doesn't it? Alright, so x works out to be what? If you don't know how to factorize, what must we do? Quadratic formula is x equal to 4 and x equal to minus 1. Why are there 2 values of x there? There's 2 points of intersection. The b's are already accounted for, which is the 4. Can you see that? So which one are we interested in? The negative 1. So what do we do with that? Substitute it, yes? Either into straight line or the parabola. Go for it. And you work out the coordinates of R. So what do we have? G of negative 1 equals negative minus 1 plus 4, which is 5. So what's the coordinates of A? Negative 1 and 5. Okay. Any issues there? No? Alright, let's see what's the next question. Delete. Alright. The coordinates of C. How do we calculate the coordinates of C? What is C? The turning point. How do you calculate the turning point? Minus B over 2A. So do you think? Calculate the turning point. The axial symmetry. So what do we get? Minus 2 over 2 times minus 1, which is 1. So what do I do with that? Sub it into the f of x. Can it go into the g of x? No. If I put it in the g of x, now we get this value out. Okay. But c is on the parabola. So f of 1 equals negative 1 squared plus 2 times 1 plus 8, which gives an answer of 9. So what's the coordinates of 8? 1 and 9. Sorry, C. E, the length of PQ. If the x value of P is 3 and PQ is parallel to the y-axis. Calculate the length of PQ. See that length there? If the length, if of PQ, if the x value of P is 3, which means to say from, there's going to be 3 and some y value, and this is going to be 3 and some y value. Not so parallel to your y-axis. Or you could take it and use perpendicular to the x-axis. I'll give one of the two. One of the two they normally mention. So how are you going to calculate the length of PQ? Sorry? You get the top graph, subtracting from the bottom. Why? Because I'm looking from on top. Right? Is your highlighting nice? Looking from on top, P is on top. Not so. So it's going to be your parabola. P is on the parabola. So it's going to be your parabola minus your straight line. Or, we'll just say f of x minus g of x. Okay. So do the substitution and simplify. Did it close here? Is it right? But better. Okay, so f of x is negative x squared plus 2x plus 8 minus g of x, which is negative x plus 4. Gives you negative x squared plus 2x plus 8 plus x minus 4. Which is negative x squared plus 3x plus 4. This is the algebraic expression for the length between these two graphs, provided the parabola is on top of the straight line. That's the algebraic expression. How do we get a value at that specific point? You substitute x is equal to 3. So then PQ is equal to, so wherever I see x, I put a 3. So PQ is equal to negative 3 squared plus 3 times 3 plus 4. So what is that then going to be? 4 units. Not so? Did you guys get 4? So the length of PQ is 4. Okay? Any confusion there? Now coming to this here. Now we are told the values of x if f of x is greater than or equal to 0. So what I do is I take only f of x. No? It's f, no? 1, so what I do is I take f of x is greater than or equal to 0. No? So what I do is, if the diagram is too much for me, okay, what I do is I take whatever the inequality or whatever the question asks, I only take that graph out. Okay? So what you should see, the parabola looking like. Okay, and that's your f graph. This is minus 2n. Okay. So, now they want to know, where is f of x greater than or equal to 0? That is the y is equal to 0. Not so? Greater than is on top or below? On top. So where is f of x greater than or equal to 0? Is this part of the graph. Can you see that part is above the y is equal to 0 line? Can you see that? Is this a continuous or a break-in solution? It's continuous. It's from a minus 2 to 4, so it must be together. So x is greater than negative 2, but x is less than 4. Can you see that? And with equal sign there, so again with equal. You guys understand? Any confusion there? No. Then, the next question says, where is g of x less than 0? Number 1. Number 2, where is g of x less than 0? So I do the same. So, okay. This is 4, that was 4, and this was 4. So if it says g of x is less than 0, that means you say where the graph is below the line. Not so. So where is the graph below the line? For x is more than. Can you see that, people? Then where is f of x greater than 8, no? Where is f of x greater or equal to 8? So again I draw that graph. Again, you don't have to draw this, people, no? The C here is 1 and 9, but we don't need it. So again, where's, that's now the third one. Where's f of x? Greater or equal to 8. But this 8, is that 8 the x over y value? It's a y value. Not so. It's a y value. So I draw in this line y is equal to 8. Can you see? So that y is equal to 8. Is that above? If f of x is greater or equal to 8, do we look at where is above 8 or less than 8 or below 8? Above 8. So in other words, they are talking about this point there from there till there, to whatever this value is. Whatever x value it is there. Not so. And how can I calculate this x value here? It looks like 3. But okay, how do we calculate it? Substitute. Y is equal to 8 into the parabolas formula. By doing that, we'll get the corresponding x values at which the parabola is equal to 8. Make sense? So we say 8 is equal to negative x squared plus 2x plus 8. You see, my guess was wrong. It was actually 2. Okay. I could have actually used the fact that the symmetrical line is also going through here. That from there to there is 2, so it has to be 2 in that direction. But I didn't see that from the beginning. Okay. But this is another way you could have seen it. You guys understand? Okay. But set it equal to 8, so that cancels everything on one side. So it's x squared plus 2x is equal to 0. So how do we solve x here? Common factor, not so. But the common factor of x. So I'm left with x minus 2 is equal to 0. So x is equal to 0 or x is equal to 2. Why are there 2 values? There's 2 points of intersection. And 2 points where it's equal to 8. 0 and 8 and 2 and 8. Can you see that? So if it's a continuous solution, it's going from 0 till 2. So x is greater than 0, but less than 2. You see there's an equal sign here. Is it equal at the 0? At this x equal to 0? Yes, it's equal to 8. Is it equal at the 2? Yes. So x has to be greater than or equal to 0. So x has to be less than or equal to 2. It's a nice question, eh? That would be probably for 3 marks. 3 or 2 marks. It's only if you want it. If you don't want it, then just leave it out like as you normally do. Okay. Right. The next question is, where is f increasing? Where is f increasing? It was number 3, no? Number 4. Where is f increasing? So again we draw the graph. We don't have to draw the graph. I'm just doing it so that there's not too much information on the graph. You guys understand? You don't draw a whole lot of graphs for me in the exam. Alright. So now we need the C actually. So if we look at this graph here, we always read increasing and decreasing from left to right as x increases. What do you notice as x increases here? This graph is increasing till that point. Can you see that? What do you notice on this part of the graph? Decreasing. Can you see that? So for which values of x is f of x increasing? It's increasing for x's less than 1. That x value is 1. Can you see that? So it's increasing for x is less than 1. At 1 is neither increasing nor decreasing, okay? So you just say x is less than 1. Okay, and the last one. They want to know, where is f of x less than or equal to g of x? let's just use the diagram itself. Where is f of x? F of x less than or equal to g of x. Okay. Now, if you look at this part of the graph here, is f on top or at the bottom? Okay, g of x must be on top, no? On this part, is g of x on top or below? It's on top. So if g of x is greater than the f of x graph. So that part I'm interested in. Not so. On the side, what we notice, f is on top. So f is greater again. Am I interested in that? No. Then from this part here onwards, g again is on top. Can you see that, people? So in other words, we must say x is less than whatever this x value is there. But we worked that out, not so. What was that x value here? Negative 1, no? And it has to be more than? Can you see that, people? The break-in solution here. So what do we say? X must be less than or equal to negative 1, or x must be greater or equal to? Are they equal at negative 1? Yes. Are they equal at 4? The graphs equal? Yes. So you must include those values there. Right, you guys understand? Right. Right, which page is that on? 171. Page 171. Can you be confused of the way I explained? In the textbook, they have explained that example over 3 pages. Okay, so if you want to, you can go through that explanation there as well. Okay? Otherwise, you can rewatch the video. But you guys have better things to do, no? Nice. For homework. For homework, I want you guys to do exercise 5.21. There are 8 sums. No, or 7? 8. We do? Okay, we have half an hour left, okay? Or 20 minutes actually. So in this lesson still we're going to answer number 1 on the board. Okay, for homework, I want you guys to do 2 to 5. You do those 4 for homework. 2 to number 5. So it's number 2, 3, 4 and 5. Those 4 sums I want you to do. But for this period, I'm going to give you a couple of minutes to answer number 1 on your own. Okay, then I'm going to do it on the board. If you have a problem, you can come to me to the table now. And then you can just show me what you're having a problem with. Okay. Otherwise, we are doing number 1 now. Okay. This is on page 174, exercise 5.21. I feel like I'm talking a lot today, no? What do you say? I talk a lot every day. Huh? What do you say? Talking too much? And remember, this is the way it comes in the exam, in this format. They give you a graph and they ask you all these questions and things like that. Your maths exam is on the 16th of August. Cycle test, yeah. What did I then say? Oh, sorry. Cycle test. It's going to be on graphs, on probability, since I'm giving you probability. Graphs, probability, and graphs, probability, and the next section, which is sine, cos, and area rule. Sine, cos, and area rule. We must still do the two-dimensional 2D problems dealing with trigonometry. Okay. So that is sine, cos, and area rule. That is working non-right angle triangles. So that is coming after this. Okay. Yes. Now you're going to start with, it's mainly this terms work. So it's this graphs. So you go straight into one of these, followed by a probability question of 15 marks, and then the balance will be on sine, cos, and area. Sine, cos, and area is normally 10 marks. Okay, so that's standard already. That's 10 on 15 on probability, and the balance I can give you on this. 25 marks on this one. So know this thing. No? But that's not in stone yet. I must first state it up. You guys finish? Stop making jokes, come. This is on page 174. I'm going to pause the video at this point for a couple of minutes. Okay, so the bell is going to ring shortly. So I'm just going to guide you for those of you who are a bit confused on what to do when. But tomorrow I'm going to do this question on the board. Okay. So it says calculate the coordinates of P. So what is P? Y-intercept. Not so. How do you calculate y-intercept? With x equal to 0. And so on the straight line, so you go with g of x. Q is the y-intercept, not so, of the parabola. So you use the other formula. Then I ask you to work out the length of PQ, the top value minus the bottom value. Then it says calculate the coordinates of M and N, the x-intercepts of the parabola. How do you calculate x-intercept? Let y equal to 0. Okay. Then it says give the length of MN, subtract the two lengths. You must then write the equation of f in the form of f of x equals a into x plus p all squared plus q. How do we do that? Who can remember we did it in first term? Complete the square. You remember you had to complete the square? Yes, so that is that. From that you can read the turning point off. The coordinates of v, which is the one of the points of intersection. How do you calculate v? Set the two graphs equal to each other. Simple. Okay. People enjoy the rest of your day. Good afternoon, class. You may leave. Bye. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye. Bye. Pleasure, Michael. Same to you. Same to you. Bye. Sani?